We're going to be learning now the Musar for Sunday, Parashat Matot, Chok L'Yisrael. Im shamata ish echad melamed ta'ut letalmido. If you hear someone who's teaching his students incorrectly, lo tomar ta'ut ata omer. Should not embarrass him by telling him right in front that he's teaching a mistake. Ela todeu le'echad mikerovav u'le'havo ve'al tishpoch et damo. But rather inform a relative or a friend of his who can let him know in a more private manner so that he's not going to be embarrassed in public. לא יאמר אדם לחברו, ביקש איש פלוני ביתי לבנו מפני שמתבייש האחר, וזה מתגאה ונהנה ליבו. Don't tell a person, oh, you know, such and such person asked for my daughter for his son, and I refused him, because that would be embarrassing to the father of that boy. And you are sort of like becoming, you're bragging over the fact that you refuse to give him your daughter. That would be wrong. Mi she'otzer rucho, somebody who controls his spirit. Umashpil enav, he controls his anger, his emotions. Umashpil enav verucho, and he puts down, lowers his eyes. Verucho me'abit el nashim, he refrains from looking at women. Ve'eno dover devarim betelim, he doesn't speak idle talk. Ve'sovel ka'aso, he controls his anger. Ve'eno mitga'e, he is not prideful. Ve'osek b'torah ma'asim tovim, and he's involved in learning Torah and ma'asim tovim and doing good deeds. La'atid lavo yeh lifnim mimalachei hasharet. In the future, he will be even closer to Hashem than the malachei hasharet, than the ministering angels. Alehem ne'emar ka'et yamer Yaakov Yisrael ma pa'al el. On whom he was said, in time he was said to Yaakov and Israel, what has God, what Hashem has done. In other words, they'll be even closer than the angels. Mi she'avad kontris or chumash or ktuvim or nevi'im, person who lost a chumash or one of the writings or anything like the Navi, the book of the prophets, ve'ikti lichtov acher, and he started writing another book. It's that time they used to write by hand, and write a whole book. So he started writing another one to replace the one that was lost. And when he had written only half of the new book, he found the first one that he lost. He will be forbidden to write in the remaining pages, in the empty pages, other things. Even rabbinic teachings will be not allowed, because then the new material will become the main book, and the chumash that was written in the first half will become secondary and have minor significance. And we're not allowed to be disrespectful in that way towards words of Torah. Also, there is a certain order how you put the books one on top of the other. You cannot put a book of Talmud on Sifrei Mikra, on a book of Mikra, of the right, like Chumash, or Nevi'im, or Ktuvim. There's a certain order. Whatever comes first, as precedent, should be on top. The Chumash on top of Navi, Navi on top of Ktuvim, Ktuvim on top of Mishnah, Mishnah on top of Gemara, etc. וכן על יחסה את ספרו בקלפים הכתובים בהן לשון לעז או יווני. Also, a person is not allowed to cover his holy books with, let's say, a cover that where there is a paper that is written on it, Greek writings or other languages. ומעשה באחד שכיסה חומה שלו באור, והיה כתוב בו לועזים, של דברי הווי. Once happened that somebody covered his chumash with a leather on which were written idle matters in other languages. Tigre malchei haumot, the descriptions of battles of non-Jewish kings, etc. There was a righteous man that came and ripped it off from the Chumash. Why? Because it's not respectful to put the stories written in other languages or stories that have nothing to do with Torah, to use it to wrap up these books. That would be disrespectful. That's why that person came and tore it off from there. It shows how important it is to be respectful to words of Torah. And this is so appropriate today as we're learning this Musar, as today in our synagogue we're doing the Genizah event, where we're going to be acting in a very respectful manner towards old books or pages of Divrei Torah that are not no longer in use, that we're going to be doing an event to take him and put them in these bags that are white cloth to make them very respectable, and then we're going to be burying them in an event that will take place today here in our synagogue. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.